Very, very impressive. This is going to be lethal.
The Americans and the Ukrainians. Some intense fighting here. Polish getting a bit caught up there.
Very aggressive there from the UK team.
Polish,
going for a takedown there, can't quite get him, and that's it. Good takedown there from Poland.
The runners doing their jobs, but nobody being thrown yet.
Oh, nice aggression shown from the UK. There appears to be two fighters taken down on the other side of the list.
Polish. Yeah, it seems to be a 4 versus 2.
Yeah, that's right, and it will be called.
That's it.
Well,
there were a lot of runners by both the Poland and the Great Britain teams.
Yep, it was quite close at a few points there. That was impressive. You can now see the UK versus Poland.
And Poland doing very well against Great Britain. It seems a UK fighter had lost his weapon. He's gone to grab a spare, coming in with a battle axe.
He's being chased down, however, by the Polish fighter. And he's taken down. Not sure if the
Polish fighter will be allowed to stay fighting there.
I believe that's Nikolai Malnacz, the captain.
Well, no, they're calling a pause, but there's a Polish fighter still in there, so it's now a 3 versus 2.
I'm not sure what they've seen there. Appears to be
maybe
some
an
armor
armor
which has come
issue.
loose. Yep. No, they're allowing it to fight. They can continue there. That's given them a chance to regroup. I think that's Christoph Olczak, who is coming to the side there now, taking
some fantastic shots down to the hips there.
Yeah, very impressive.
And the buttocks, meaning that that's going to hurt.
Yeah.
And he doesn't want to turn his back to any one of these fighters. We see the runner there.
Goes
maybe
for a nice
fight here.
Can't quite get into it. However, there is a very even match there, and the UK fighter, good teamwork, good switch there.
UK fighter nearly going down. The Polish being very, very careful to not trip. Very good sportsmanship from the Polish
wasn't actually
fighter.
wearing a helmet at the time.
Sandwiches happening here. Now we cross to Great Britain versus Poland. Fantastically hard shots coming in there. Polish being a bit
Smart
close.
shots there, and the UK left himself exposed there. Oh, this is very, very clinical work here from Poland. Very impressive.
Leading to only 2 UK fighters up, and now it's down.
And it's down.
The round is for Russia.
And you can just see it's announced that the Russians have taken care of Denmark 1.
So this should be interesting. Polish are leaving the field. I'm surprised to see that, as UK did win the other fight. So
it was very impressive.
Now at list number 2.
We now see the Italian team meeting the Polish team in the southern list. Some head swivel going on there, trying to reposition themselves. As I mentioned before, this is some very fast runners, but they also going to be doing the same. An Italian and a Pole down in the center. 2 Poles attacking this one Italian, but is met by his teammate. That teammate was definitely down. Hard to see whether the Polish fighter went with them. Now severely outnumbered the Italians, and it goes to the Polish victory.
And Poland wins quickly against Italy in the first round.
They've done incredibly well. A lot of those Italians were supporting their teammates, but it's always, if you're a runner chasing someone. This could be anyone's fight. Crossing now to the south match against Italy versus Poland. Poland doing a fantastic job there at finishing off the Italians and outnumbering them. It was interesting, obviously I said before, who would come out on top in terms of speed, and it seems to be the Polish.
Ja pierdolę, nawet nie zdążyłem ogarnąć.
in this fight. The Italians still doing incredibly well against the Australians up there. One Australian free and hacking in. Bit of tentativeness from Brazil against Poland here, but the engagement has started at the top of the field. One Brazilian getting caught off guard, but at least holding on.
Start there, so that's
both down. That means that they've taken out.
Still 3 against 3 now. Still quite exciting, it appears.
Oh,
now it's just 2 against 2, all coming down for the same reasons. Will it be the experience of the Poles or the velocity of this Brazilian team? A great takedown there.
It turns out that it was only due to the Brazilian not knowing to stop before running into the field. Now, if we look, we can still see in the distance the Australians versus the Italians. I don't know whether it's 1 Italian left or whether it's, 2 Australians left. I can see 2 Italians fighting. Hopefully we'll be able to stop that now. You see at the bottom here, the Polish fighters
charging into the Finns. And this is going to be a difficult fight for Finland, but there's a lot of movement from them already.
One Polish fighter being let loose.
Oh, that's a big takedown there from Poland.
We're covering the corner right now, but there's some fantastic work happening in the center of the field.
You see those charges, I think.
Oh, that yellow and blue shield moving swiftly to take the Polish fighter's energy down to the ground.
Very impressive. You heard the reaction from the crowd there.
Now he's been locked in, unfortunately. He needs to make sure that he can get himself out as the Polish do... actually, they're even numbers. Fantastic work by that Finnish fighter.
He's so strong. The great movement, he's got great vision.
And they're getting a bit tangled here. You see a weapon getting tangled, punches coming through, really to shake these fighters up.
Yeah, the Polish are really bringing on the violence to them now.
That yellow and blue shield has gone down, unfortunately, leaving the advantage in the Polish numbers. Hopefully that Finnish fighter in the center holds on to the Polish competitor as they both go down. So we now have a 3-2 fight. The Finnish still able to possibly win this I
wouldn't put it past them. There's some impressive work, and they're really holding on. However, that's both of them going on.
And so therefore, we're now up to a 2 versus 1 fight. I don't see this boding well for the Finnish fighter, but if he's able to reposition himself,
big
try to
shots
shift
coming down from the pole arm.
I think he needs to let go of that list with at least one of the arms. He's trying to push his way back. Is it possible that he still has a weapon? He's trying to get himself into a corner, so he has the advantage. Getting tangled up with the Polish fighter, now being taken down.
He's taken down the Finnish fighter there.
This is the problem by letting go of that list. He did put himself at a disadvantage.
Big victory there for
Poland. Be able to swap to that shot.
We now go into Finland versus Poland round 2. And we've got a few substitutions there. And you can see the Black Knights there sizing each other up.
They're definitely the large Finnish fighter. Unfortunately, one Finnish fighter already flipped in the middle of the field. But this large Finnish fighter can hopefully hold his own against these 2 letter fighters. Oh, a fantastic shot.
Some big shots there.
Unfortunately, we now have a 5-2-3 bout. Some fast runners, and unfortunately now having a 4-2-2 fight. Not boding well for the Finnish team, but with the runner there engaging the Black Knight, he needs to make sure that he can free himself and get some sort of hip toss. And unfortunately, the Finnish fighter has gone down.
That will bring the end of the fight.
Not willing to really stop the fight yet, even though the yellow flags are coming down. Congratulations to the Poles. Well fought.
Great fight there. Really good action. Commiserations, of course, to the Finns who've had an amazing tournament this time.
It's good to see such fair, even matches, especially towards the attack on Big American, the center of the top list.
It seems to have been going for quite some time, that fight. However, we now look into Russia 1 driving into Poland.
Poland in the center again, not doing anything, not wanting to weaken up and show any gaps to this.
The Russians, as in the past, they've had
and he's taken a Russian down. Oh, but unfortunately grabbed him. They should be standing that Polish fighter back up again, as the Russian did grab him.
Unlucky there. Big strikes to the leg of the Polish fighter. That's very impressive from Russia. They're good teamwork.
It is still, unfortunately, a 4-2-3. The runner still free. There. That Polish fighter in the center that we can't quite see has now gone down with the Russian fighter, leaving 2 or 3 versus 2. This still could be Poland's game. The only problem being, of course, Russia, heavy hitters. How much pain can these Poland
on the leg
experience?
Of that Polish fighter.
Oh, Polish, fantastic job getting out of that fight. Now finding a Russian has dropped his weapon, needs to go back to the edge of the arena.
Oh, no, unlucky. Very unlucky there.
Very
that is brought to a close. It was a smart idea there from the Polish fighter.
I was going to say that again. Very smart, but unfortunately, he didn't have the backing of the list to be able to do that.
United States of America. Incredible. They've been going for quite some time, but now we have Russia 1 storming into Poland. And you can see the size of these Russians. They're absolute fighting machines.
Fortunately, they really should do their best not to meet the Russians, instead change their energy. The Polish runner trying to meet the Russian runner in the middle, looking around to see if he needs to readjust. Unfortunately, the Russian takes advantage of that.
Moves there from the Russians. Big
One
stuff there,
Polish
big hits coming down on the Polish fighters there from Russia 1.
Oh, can this be actually? Oh no, a second Polish fighter has gone down now. Now we have a 5-2. Oh, third Polish fighter. This is a 5-2, and unfortunately the game is over.
And that is it for the Polish team there. Russia dominating, some very, very impressive fighting.
I think the only advantage you can ever get over Russia is if you take down one of their fighters immediately.
Yep.
Otherwise, if they have any